Welcome to Relax and Rejuvenate Yoga. We're going to do just that. We're just going to kind of shake away everything from the week that we've had. You know, maybe we've had some things come up that have been uncomfortable, have caused some discomfort in our lives. So we're just going to work with sitting with those discomforts for just a minute. So what I want you to do is find a comfortable seated position. You can take the flesh of the sits bones and just kind of peel it away. Just kind of settle in, find a little more comfort, grounding into the mat. A few deep breaths here, just kind of wiggle. Our focus right now is just to bring it all back into center, just to find that place of calm. You can close your eyes if you'd like, if that feels safe for you. If not, you can also keep a low gaze at the floor. And just start to connect, whatever that means for you. For me, I like to focus on the center of my forehead, my third eye, my pineal gland. I like to bring my attention right there, and I like to bring my breath right there. So let's take a few deep breaths together right now. We'll inhale through the nose. We'll exhale with a sigh out the mouth. We'll do two more just like that. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale. And one more breath just like that. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Let it go. When we begin to turn our focus inward, it can sometimes feel a little scary or a little uncomfortable. We try to meditate and we have these thoughts arise, all these thoughts that just want to keep coming. So what we need to do now, maybe a thought's going to arise, and if it does, acknowledge it for just a moment. Think of it like a little leaf on a stream. Acknowledge it and let it go. Let it continue to flow. So the next hour, we're going to breathe, we're going to move, we're going to heal together. We're going to leave all of our troubles to the side of the mat. There's nothing else to do right now, nowhere else to be. We're going to take some time to get to know ourselves a little bit better than we thought we did. So let's bring our hands to our heart in Anjali Mudra. Our hearts they're an extension of our hands. And when used properly, they're a very powerful energetic tool. So let's take a moment now, and I want you to set an intention for this class. Maybe that's as simple as just breathe, and that's okay. Maybe it's as simple as let go of worry. I let go of worry. I trust that the universe has my back. I believe in the power of miracles and healing, and I know that everything has a purpose. So set that intention right now. Take a deep breath in. Feel that in your heart center. And exhale. Bring the hands down to our lap. Open our eyes back up to the room. And we will just begin some gentle movements here. Keeping that calm, that relaxation, sensational feeling now. I'm going to just mindfully, very slowly begin to sway at the hips, moving the rib cage from side to side. Flowing, breathing, just noticing our breath, where it needs to go. Are you noticing any areas of tightness? If you bring a little more attention there, kind of really move into it here. Just going to kind of flow here for a few minutes. Be in our body. Sometimes life can feel like this, right? Just a back and forth. But we always have that center, that medium ground to return to. So I like to just take my hips, lean forward, lean in with my chest, and just roll. My yoga practice lately has been a lot of inner child healing. Healing that little girl inside who maybe is just, she's had enough, she's tired, she's aching, she needs some attention. So I'm going to give her that attention today. Deep breath here, inhaling, bringing the breath all the way through the body, pulling it right down through to the tailbone, to the root chakra, holding it there for a minute. Exhaling through the mouth, letting it all go. Once we've moved to one side and we feel that's enough, let's switch. Just begin to gently rock to the other side here. Noticing any sticky areas here. You can begin to incorporate the neck, rolling the neck around, rolling the shoulders, just really waking up the upper body here. On the next breath, let's inhale up, lengthening the spine, feeling a pull from the crown of the head up through the ceiling, right straight up through to the cosmos. Feeling that connection. Deep breath here. I want you to visualize a white light beaming down on you, offering you protection, offering you healing. Deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, releasing any discomforts, any aches and pains. We are using our breath to release. Inhaling and exhaling. Take a minute here and just move it out, and we will meet together. We'll turn to the sides of our mat here, and we'll come into a staff pose. Lengthening the spine, keeping that tug right up straight through the crown, feeling the strength right here. So you want to feel strength in the calves. Maybe rub the calves out a little bit. Are they feeling sore? Are they aching? Give them a little love, a little massage right now. Do one leg and then the other. Windshield wiper the feet back and forth. Just kind of let it all go. I'm also a Reiki master, energy healer. And so I like to do a lot with like guided meditations and kind of hypnosis techniques. So when I'm here, I literally like to go, and I take my breath with it too. You feel that? And just as many times as you need to, just push it all out. Anything that's collected in the calves, in the hamstrings, in the knees, we're just shaking it all out right now. And we're breathing. Don't forget to breathe. Deep breaths here. It can be helpful to any areas where you may be experiencing tightness in the knee joints, anything. Visualize your breath entering and traveling to those areas, and then exhaling it out. So, say your ankle's hurting. Inhaling, feeling that breath travel all the way, and just exhaling it all out, pushing it all right out to the soles of your feet. That makes me tingle when I visualize things leaving my body. I get tingles. I'm like, bye, see you later. I don't need you anymore. And now we've done all this kind of pushing it out here. Let's take our hands, dust them off. Bye. We don't need to know more. Shake it out. So we'll find that upright position again, and we'll just begin to slowly, mindfully walk our bodies forward. Maybe our hands come to our toes, maybe they come to our ankles. Wherever you are, that's fine. Come to a gentle forward fold here, and just find that place where you can just nestle in, inhaling and exhaling into a relaxing forward fold. Inhaling, coming out of it just a little bit, and exhaling back in. And we'll do that just a couple times. Let's flow with the breath here. Inhale, and then fold back down. Inhale. For me, I like to keep that connection to my legs while I'm breathing, just as another point of connection that just brings me that much closer to my body. So we'll do a couple more just like that. Inhaling. And as we do that, we're arching the back just a little bit. Exhaling, folding into it. And we'll just hold it here for just a minute. Breathing here at a regular pace. Feeling the breath come right to the lower back. Filling the rib cage and expanding. Inhale and rise up. Shake the legs out a little bit here. We'll pull one leg. One leg in, kind of like a 9 figure here. Just kind of begin to roll the ankle out just a little bit here. Feeling that forward stretch out of the way. Do you have a little more space there to pull it just a little bit more? Can you feel that stretch just a little bit more? Maybe you're feeling that opening in the hips. Maybe you need to back off a little bit. That's fine too.
It feels a bit like the knee.
Yeah. Is that too much?
No, it's just like a stretch.
Perfect. And if you need to, so for me, this has been an issue for me since I was a child. My legs hyperextend.
Is what I have.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that makes the practice even more challenging, but that more exciting too, because you always want to just keep that slight bend there.
Because you go to the other way.
Right. You don't want to cause your own injury. So keep that slight bend and really stretch into it, and then you'll really feel that right there. How does that feel?
Yeah.
Nice. Perfect.
And I can go farther, actually.
Awesome. Now, one common misconception that people think about yoga is they think, oh, I'm not bendy, I can't be like a pretzel and all twisty. And I always stop people and I correct them, because for me personally, my yoga journey began through illness and injury. I've had 2 traumatic brain injuries, I've had endocrine disorders. I was even told I couldn't have children, and now I have 4 kids. So, so when I say your yoga practice can really invite you to get to know your body in a way you never imagined, that's what it's done for me. And I just hope to share that, because it's just a great feeling. So we'll take another minute here, maybe flexing the toes, pulling those towards you and pointing them, and flexing and pointing, maybe just rolling the ankle around a little bit. If you're getting any snap, crackles, or pops, that means you should do that a little more. You don't want it to be crunchy.
It doesn't, it's just like the back of me is so tight, I think.
Yeah.
Even with doing that, it feels like.
So how about if you just start to kind of take the skin and move it around? Oh, we've got that.
Yeah, I always found I moved way better without my braces on. You should look into kinesio tape.
I use that.
I was gonna say that.
I even have this on.
Or even right here.
Yeah.
Taking the block too, that can be great. That's a great idea there for modifying. And then you can rest that leg.
Yeah.
And then you can still fold over it and stretch into it. Yeah. So when we've had enough with that leg, or do you want to spend a few more minutes there? Okay, we can do that too. So we'll just, just keep bending and flexing, windshield wipering. Whenever I'm doing anything with my hands or feet in this motion, I like to think like a paintbrush. and what it would look like if I had paint on the end of my toes and I was just painting. Like, I
think I still have paint on the end of my toes from painting.
I was gonna say usually I have paint on my yoga mat, but that one's at home. Oh, can you make little dots? Can you make little circles? Can you make heart shapes? Just feel what it feels like to be in your body. I think since having children, I've definitely noticed my yoga practice has gotten a lot more playful. You know, I can't do 108 sun salutations without somebody interrupting me to open a go-gurt or something. So I've had to get really playful with it, and really connecting with that inner child has been amazing. In transition here, bring both legs right there and just feel that, how that feels.
I understand.
You see that? Oh yeah. Yeah, I know.
I see that.
I'm very fortunate, I'm very grateful that I've had some really amazing teachers who have helped me to recognize this and how to move through it. Because first of all, I don't like being told I can't do something, you know, so I have to recognize the limitation and see how I need to modify in order to continue doing it.
That is so important. I never recognized that.
Your ankles sound like my ankles.
What's your ankles?
So we'll take a few minutes. Yeah. So now think of it like this. You're getting all that movement there in those joints that maybe don't get it through the week. And we're in a slight angle pose here, so it's all flowing back where it needs to go. So it's all just creating oxygen for the cells, creating healing.
This was a perfect class.
Oh,
Everybody was like in the same page.
Yeah,
I was a little afraid, like, oh my god.
My surgeries left me like pigeon toed, so I'm like.
hey, you know what? I don't even know who I heard it from, but I've developed the mantra to always be a work in progress. So practice has taken me through 4 pregnancies. So it's been like this.
I wish I met you before. I definitely could have kids. Couldn't.
Well, it's definitely a journey. So if you'd like, you can keep both legs on the block, or you can switch and just bring the leg back down the way we did the other side here, and just kind of get that forward stretch and feel that a little bit more without that other leg.
I was thinking which one.
Right, left, right.
More like my hip over here every time I do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So that's a good. I like to stress the proper body mechanics of yoga because, you know, so we're here. Shift your body just a hair. Bring it straight. Do you feel that shift in the pelvis versus here, and then you shift? And it's just a very subtle shift, but as women especially, you know, we've got that womb space that we carry. And so it's important to notice that, and maybe some of us who have had 4 children don't have the strongest pelvic floor. So this is a great opportunity to notice that pelvic floor, to lift up, to tighten, almost like a Kegel feeling there, and rest it down. Do you feel that? Oh, she feels that.
My hip goes out of place a little bit. Like out.
Does it feel like uneven a little bit?
It's even almost every day. My husband has to fix it, so these go higher. So
my left hip does that, yeah.
Help.
So how about, let's come right into a cross-legged seated position now. This is lotus pose. Some yogis, you'll see them like fold their legs, like, you don't need to do that. We're not doing that today. I don't even like sitting that way. But today, we'll sit here in lotus, and we're gonna notice a few things right now. We are gonna notice how our sits bones feel on the mat. Are we feeling that grounded connection? Are we feeling maybe our legs pressing against the sides of the mat? Can we press the legs down a little more, feel a stretch? Or do we need to ease up a little bit? If we need to maybe use a block there for that extra support, that's available. Yeah? And then just sit here and breathe and notice, where is your discomfort right now? Can you bring a little more breath there? I have actually done several different therapies in mindfulness and breathing because of my injuries, my traumatic brain injuries, and I have found that the breath is the single most valuable tool we have, and it's so misunderstood, I think. You know, yeah, I'm not even going to go into the mask thing, but people chanting, "I can't breathe." And whenever I hear that, I'm like, no, you can breathe. You're breathing right now. You woke up with a breath. So I believe mantra is just so powerful, and the breath is maybe more magical and miraculous than we ever gave it credit for. So we'll sit here just a few more minutes. If you want to close your eyes and just kind of notice where you're at right now. Maybe I like to just kind of sway side to side, just feeling that expansion of my ribs again, feeling that stretch. Any discomfort, we're going to bring the breath and take it right there and allow it to provide a little bit of healing. Deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. So from here, let's inhale our arms up. Reach up through the sky, stretch, 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 feeling the length in the back body. Maybe rock it side to side a little bit here. And then we'll take our right hand, grab our left wrist, and go into a side body stretch here. Now we're just warming up here, so we don't need to take it too far. You know, just a little bit here. We're waking the body up. Deep breaths here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. On the exhale, you can relax a little bit deeper into the stretch. And on your next exhale, we'll bring it back to center. Switch the wrists, so the left hand is grabbing the right wrist, and we are leaning to the left. Deep breaths here. We're really opening up the side body and the rib cage. So take that breath and allow it to fill each area of the side body where you may be feeling tender or any soreness, any stiffness. Allow that breath to just create some expansion and ease. On the next breath, we'll come back up to center. Stretch back up towards the sky. Reach, 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 reach. And let's exhale our hands down to our heart. So let's take a moment here. Hands at our heart. If you'd like, you can take the thumbs and press them against the sternum there. Maybe you feel your heart beating. Connect with that for a minute. Breathe. Take a deep breath. Filling that heart with that fresh oxygen, bringing it life, giving your body just that beautiful energy. Deep breath in. Exhale as we connect with our hearts and the intention we set. So we will start to make our way onto hands and knees. How do you feel putting do you need some padding? Can you put weight? We're going to come here for just a little while.
I think I can do that, yeah.
Okay, I've got some extra towels. Do you need some padding for your knees too? How you guys feeling?
Yeah, it should be okay.
Okay. So what you can do here, like little knee pads. Little knee pads there. Again, we're going to keep it very gentle, very restorative here, very playful and childlike. So let's just begin to move the hips side to side, Swaying back and forth, keeping a slight bend in the elbows here. Feeling that strength and that solid foundation in the fingers here. And just rocking it back and forth. Breathing, feeling that breath fill the heart space. Exhaling, all go. So on our next breath here, let's inhale up into a cat. I'm sorry, up into a cow. It's Saturday, I can't even think. So we're gonna come into cow, feeling that lengthening in the neck, looking upward. Into cat. Letting go here, letting the head hang down, feeling that arch in the spine here. Take a few breaths here and just feel the breath filling that area where the back is arched, right in the shoulder blades. Feel that expansion. And on an exhale, we'll come back into cow. Looking up. Tailbone is rising up. Maybe we get a little wiggle there. Sometimes, you know, if you're in a pose and you feel that stickiness, sometimes you just gotta kind of wiggle it out a little bit, you know. Couple more just like this that are at your own pace. We'll inhale and exhale, dropping down into cat. Tucking the chin, inhaling up and exhaling. Inhale, head rises. Exhale, we tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. And hold it here for another breath. We'll exhale into a neutral spine. We'll do a little bit of a balance pose here. And I was thinking about this on my way in here. And the one way that I had one teacher teach this to me, and she called it a crooked table, and this is how I've known it ever since. So we're gonna keep the left knee down, the right hand down. We're gonna reach forward with the left, and maybe we just extend that back leg so toes are still touching. Or maybe we lift it all the way up. And we breathe here. Inhaling, feeling the breath fill the belly. Exhale. Now on our next breath, let's add a little bit of core work here if we can. We'll inhale, we'll exhale, crunch it in, bring the arm and the leg in. And exhale it out. And we'll bring it back down. Now that one is a fun one. If you're looking for a good core, you can do like 20, 30 of those and you'll feel really good. But I don't want to push you ladies too much today.
I've been working with physical therapists with course.
Oh yeah, we're trying to keep it restorative, but if you want to take that one home with you, it can be really fun to play with.
Thank you.
Yeah, so now we'll just switch to the other side. We'll put that left leg back, and we're going to ground into that left hand, reaching forward with the right hand. We'll lift the left leg if that's available to you today. Breathe, inhale.
With one side,
Yeah, there's always one side that's going to be stronger, going to be more flexible. So inhale, exhale to the core. Inhale it back out. So this one can be a really great, very powerful exercise here. We can exhale in, breathe.
The only concern I have is if I have my shoulder in the right position and I have it too forward.
Yes. So you always want to make sure, anytime you're down on hands and knees especially, that the shoulder blades are not coming over the hands. You want to keep them right over, so it's like a straight line there. Perfect. Yeah, just like that.
Maybe.
Yeah. How's that feel? Gives you that.
The same. But I never recognize those.
I like the crooked table if I am feeling like, oh my gosh, like if my kids are driving me crazy and I'm feeling like I need some balance and like, you know what I mean? Like I'll just come and but no, so, you know, it kind of works in like a yin and yang effect too, where you're using the right and left body that way and you're incorporating the breath. It just has that way of naturally balancing out both hemispheres of the brain.
Stretching these in a good way, like
more stretch there? Okay, perfect. Let's do it. So from here, we're just going to be on our knees for a second. This is our staff pose. You can bend the feet here if you want, toes up, and we'll just sit for a second here. And this is great just to get that stretch in the arches. Is that a little too much? Oh. Well, this pose is really good because, you know, a lot of times we're not stretching these parts of our feet. We're sitting at a desk, or we're doing this or this or this, but our feet are getting neglected. So we can just sit here for a minute, really feel that stretching in the soles of the feet. Just kind of wiggle. And then we'll come up. We're going to come into pigeon pose. So we're going to bring, all right. So a nice hip opener today. We'll bring our right foot up, and what we're going to do is gently begin to walk the toes forward. And as you do, we'll kind of come into a low lunge here. You can begin to start straightening that back leg a little bit more. And then we are going to take the foot, kind of walk it across. Yep. Yep. And so the right knee will come to the...
I know I can do this.
Okay. So...
I don't know if I can do that. Okay, so that...
Yeah, you're good. And now look, let's grab a block here.
Oh, shit, no.
No, you're almost there. I'm going to set this right here by your...
It feels good when you get there.
Now I get down.
And then your middle here.
I think I can.
Okay, that's fine. This block is here. It's like
this?
you. Yeah. That's the start right there. And move the block a little more. Sorry, take it out.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
I was very afraid.
I was doing like, okay.
It doesn't look like yours. It's just...
No,
And you
yeah,
know,
you
listen
can-
though, we are not here to compare each other. That's the thing, is I've had 4 kids and the relaxin hormones are ridiculous. Like, so, nobody's gonna look the same, and
No, you're like this.
but yeah, again, if you need to feel that support, bring that block right there into that hip, and then that just offers that little bit of stability, lets you kind of work on getting that pose right where you want it. Yes, that's just right.
So the goal is stretching this leg, right?
Yes, and eventually you want to. Eventually you can.
Right. I think I have a little tissue
Yeah.
inside from the surgery, and it's
Yeah.
still kind of hard to break.
Oh, yeah. That's
So while you've got this open there, give it a little massage there. You've got that all
Yeah.
wide
I
open.
think that was like the worst part of my C-section. Scar tissue.
Right.
Yeah, so just kind of loosen things up a little bit, kind of move them around, whatever feels your practice. So there's a style of yoga, yin yoga, where you hold such poses like this for 3 to 5 minutes.
Oh, that would be great.
That would be great, she says. Yeah,
I get it. Once I get in there,
it's so good. And if you want to, you can also take that block and rest forearms. Just kind of hang out here for a minute, feeling that stretch in the hamstring. You can, if it's available, maybe walk the foot up just a little bit more. So that's the thing with this pose, is you're not going to get it right away. It's a practice, and you keep inching it up. Inch it up a
What
little
time is
bit.
your practice?
I'll be here Tuesday at 6. And actually, last Thursday we had it outdoors.
It was a lot of people.
We had 5 people. It wasn't too bad, but it was beautiful, right on the patio by the pool.
Right.
So come on out. It'll be a good one.
It's good to have classes in the afternoon, because once I start working, I'm not going to be able to come.
Yeah. And that was the biggest thing for me, is I do need the flexibility, because my husband works days, so weekends and evenings are prime time for me. I don't have to worry about childcare.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's now too.
So we're just breathing here. Maybe it feels good to rock back and forth, bring a little bit of motion into that, kind of play with it a little bit. You've got that block to lean into, and you can just kind of rock it, opening that hip up. I know you said that the hip there, like for me right now, it pops every time, just a little bit, just kind of pops. But I notice the more I stretch it out, the less it pops. So you just got to continue, don't push yourself right into it. Just edge into it easy. gently. Are you feeling that?
I don't know what I'm feeling, to be honest. I'm curious to see how the other one that didn't have feels to see the difference.
So we can switch sides here. We'll put the block up out of the way. We'll come onto our hands and just kind of move that leg back. Maybe give it easier. Oh, do you hear that click in that palm? Maybe kick it out a few times there. Yeah. Maybe it feels good to kind of roll it like you're a dog with a fire hydrant. That's I tell my kids that. Fire hydrant. And we bring it back down. And then we will bring that left leg up. Because what we do on one side, we have to do on the other. Life creates enough imbalances. We don't need to help it. So we're slowly just walking the toes forward to the left corner of the mat. Slowly, slowly straightening the right leg and just walking into it. Easing our way down. Taking the block if we need it. Putting it under that hip for support.
Yeah, what a difference.
Yeah. Pigeon pose. This times will evoke an emotion, and I just notice it and sit with it, and I just let it go. And it's a practice, but it's been a very helpful one.
Once a day, emotions are not allowed that much because social media make you kind of show everybody that you're perfect, and if you show any emotions, you're negative.
Yeah.
So it's just like you have to pretend all the time that everything is perfect and not showing emotions. That is sometimes holding it inside. So I think no, be okay. It's okay.
Exactly. I actually said that recently during the whole COVID thing, because I have a 6-month-old, so postpartum is challenging. So I said to my doctor, like, I am not okay, and I'm in a place where that's okay. And he's like, all right. So yeah, but definitely, every single time I roll my yoga mat out, I set the intention that that is my safe place. This is my safe place where I leave all the other junk behind for 5, 10, 60 minutes, whatever it is. It's my safe place, and I'm going to take it and use it that way. So we're breathing here, using that breath to really just create even more expansion there in that back hip. Maybe taking the thumb and kind of digging it into the hip crease a little bit, maybe massaging that other side the way we did before. Just bringing more expansion to that area, directing the breath there, just feeling that stretch. And breathing, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, maybe settling into the posture a little bit deeper. I really like pigeon too because it's not just the legs. This is really a whole body stretch. You can make it. You can stretch the arms forward and really feel it in the upper body, feeling that strength in the upper arms. You can feel it as you point the toe. So let's slowly start to walk out of pigeon here now. We'll start to just bring those back toes up, inching them forward, forward, forward. We'll pull that leg out, bring it back behind us. And just rock it out a little bit. Maybe do some figure 8s with the hips, kind of circling them, bending the knees. Keeping a slight bend in the arms just to feel that support there. How about let's come down, back scooch up, bringing the feet all the way to the top of the mat here. Let's take a block and keep it to the side. We may grab it in just a minute. Now what we're going to do here, we're going to make our way down onto our backs, but we're going to do it slowly and mindfully and with our breath. So on an inhale, we're going to inch, maybe just a little bit. And then we'll inhale again. Exhale a little bit more. Keep the palms out if that helps you feel more balanced. Inhale. Exhaling back. Inhale. Exhaling back just a little more. Can you hold it there? Can you feel that strength building in the core there? That fire building within? That's okay. If you're shaking, that's fine. Can you breathe through that and feel it? And then exhale a little deeper. And then on our final breath here, inhale, exhale to the floor. Letting it all go. Maybe taking the arms up overhead, stretching overhead, reaching with the fingers, pointing the toes straight out. We're doing like a pencil dive into the deep end of the pool. And just feel how your body feels right here. You can have your palms pointing upward, open to the universe in a gesture to receive. Breathing here, inhaling, feeling the body fill with fresh oxygen, exhaling and relaxing. Let's bring our feet up, bending the knees here, planting the feet on the floor. We're going to put our arms out in a T position and just let the legs fall to one side. Keeping that back arm, that right arm on the floor, just feeling this twist.
The back goes with the legs, or do we try to?
Yep, just like that. Just let them fall right to one side. And if you need to, if you feel you need a little more support, you can grab that block again and let the legs fall on the block. So it would look like this, if you need a little bit of a less stretch. Otherwise, just sink right into it. And just breathe. Focus on bringing the breath right there to that side body there, filling each rib cage there with breath. Maybe you're looking, you can take the head and take your gaze away from your twist, so you're looking out towards that right arm there. And that'll just deepen your stretch a little more. Deep breaths here. At your own pace, just feel the body as it receives the breath, as it soaks it in, and then as it exhales all that is no longer serving. We'll take that stretch just a little bit deeper here, looking to the right, feeling that opening in the hip. On the next breath, let's inhale, and we'll exhale the legs back up to center, very gently, very mindfully. And keep those arms in that same T position, and we'll just let the legs fall to the right. Feeling that twist, that opening and expansion in the side body as we reach out through our fingertips. So our legs are pointing to the right. We can take our gaze now over the left if that feels good for you. Just deepening that stretch a little bit more. Sometimes for me, I like to just kind of get a little pull on my rib cage. Just feel those ribs. Give them a little rub while they're so open and expanded. Deep breath here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. When we're ready, we'll bring them back up to center here. We'll just give it a little wiggle here. So bring the legs up, give yourself a big bear hug. Wrap your arms right around your legs. Tuck your head in if that is available for your mat today. And just give yourself a big hug. Maybe rocking on the spine and the tailbone a little bit. Just loosening things up and just relaxing them a little more. Breathing. Yeah, so I mean, this basically, you are self-massaging right now. And this one too, you can also, we're going side to side. If it feels good, you can also grab behind the legs, behind the kneecaps, and go forward a little bit too. Yeah. And just kind of rock there on the spine, very gently. And in some classes, a teacher will have you come all the way upright, but we're going to stay on our backs. But that is a way that you can easily come to a seated position right there by playfully rocking. And another yoga pose that is a little more challenging, but is plow pose. You come all the way down. Yes, I love that one. Inversions are especially great, like plow, downward dog, even child's pose. They're great for reducing stress. Reducing stress, first and foremost. Like an inversion, if you're feeling anxiety, go into a forward fold for a few minutes. And just take 5-10 breaths there and see what it does for your nervous system.
I'm just afraid of my neck. I have a fusion in my neck and I'm...
Oh.
Yeah, no, that's what definitely
But it's like a good pressure, right? Not too perfect.
I did it.
You don't want to feel any pinching. You don't want to feel any sharp pains. But a good pull, a nice stretch. If you can breathe with that, that is perfect.
And the legs, the goal is to go all the way back.
Yeah, so eventually, if you work towards that, you can actually get it so the toes are coming and they're going right back to the floor.
So back or from the neck?
So you're hinging at the waist. You're going to hinge at the waist there. And then you begin to curve the spine upward. And most of your weight is going to be in your shoulder blade area. Yeah, yep, just like that. Yep, that's the stuff.
Sometimes I'm just afraid to do things. Yeah.
Well, for me personally, I
practice like those weird ones for a while that because I didn't put a lot of pressure on my knees, so I get into those weird positions instead.
Nice. I think that's good though. I think it's very important to explore and maybe think of it less as like a fear of hurting yourself and more of like I'm going to push my boundaries and see how far I can take my body gently, mindfully, and safely. So if that means using props, that's where you're at, and that's fine. We actually didn't end up using the chair today because we stayed on the floor, but next time I can show you some chair stuff that you can do. Right? Do you work in an office space? Like
I'm a teacher,
so if you're sitting down, you can be doing yoga right at the desk and stuff. Like we can definitely work on some things like that. So yeah. Okay, so let's take it back down on our backs now, because I think we've done enough work for today. This is Self-Care Saturday, so we are just loving ourselves. So go ahead and just get comfortable. Maybe that is putting a cushion under your head. Maybe a block under your tailbone feels good. I like to do this one at the end of a practice just to feel that kind of just everything flowing back through the heart. So maybe you wanna have your Shavasana like this. You can also drape the legs right down. Yes. How does that feel? Yes. Opening the arms up, opening that chest, allowing that expansion in the heart chakra. Deep breaths. For the next 5-10 minutes. to be in this body, using this breath, and feeling what it's like to be alive. Deep breaths here, inhaling through the nose, letting it out as a sigh through the mouth. Take a few more deep breaths just like that. And then begin to settle into your natural breath. Tapping into that heart, that loving space that you carry with you all day, every day. It's always present. Deep breath. I've been noticing lately the clouds have just looked so magical and artistic. So yesterday as I was laying in bed, I closed my eyes and I laid on my back and I just began to imagine my 10-year-old self laying in the long grass in the backfield, just watching the clouds come by. And I took that opportunity to connect with that inner child, and it just felt so right just to be in that moment, to feel those emotions, feeling that connection with myself. Just watching the clouds go by. With each passing cloud, I would take one of my troubles, drop it in the cloud, and let it continue passing by. Maybe a rainstorm comes. I like to think of the rain as cleansing. And all these hot summer days, I've been taking the opportunity to play in the rain with my children when it's not like that. And just connecting with that inner child. I feel like right now we're being offered this reset, this opportunity in time to really acknowledge what's important to us, to let go of the things that are just no longer serving us, to really connect with our heart space and to emit a frequency of love. Because at the end of the day, love is really all that matters. Deep breath here, inhaling, filling the heart, filling the chest, filling the belly. Exhale. Relaxing. So we feel our hearts basically ripped wide open in this world we're living in today. It's so important to just check in, taking 2, 3, even 10 minutes if you can allow it in your day. Just stop and check in with your heart. How is it doing? Is it beating fast? Are you holding on to stuff? Are you holding your breath? Or are you allowing it to crack wide open, feeling that expansion, letting love in? Trusting that the path you're on is the right one. All the lessons you're learning here, they're all meant for you. And that in itself is very beautiful. Deep breath here, inhaling, filling the body with the breath, that beautiful prana energy. exhaling. Feeling that deep relaxation. If you got the block under your tailbone, you'll gently remove that. Resting the back on the mat. Feeling that connection with the earth, with our breath, with our bodies. Breathing and being. Sometimes that's all we can do. Deep breaths here. Allowing your breath to travel to any areas that may still feel a little tight, a little sticky. Use that breath to create more expansion, more healing energy to travel through the cells. I want to leave you with a few mantras today to carry with you. Very simple. You'd think that everyone would know them. Think to yourself for a moment. I am loved. Think it, believe it. Maybe you don't believe it just yet. Fake it till you do. Say it again. I am loved. I am worthy. I am strong and courageous. I am fearless. I shine a beautiful, radiant light into the world. And I'm needed right now. Keep telling yourself all of that until you really, 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 truly believe it. Because I promise you, you'll believe it eventually. Deep breaths here. Begin to wake the body up, gently moving the fingers and the toes. Maybe windshield wipering the feet, the knees. Any final movements your body is asking for. Allow her those few little adjustments before you step out and carry on with your day. Deep breaths here, beginning to wake back up and bring your awareness back into the room. I wanted to share with you all just a little report on the energy. I'm very big into astrology, and we just had a full moon pass, and it's crazy in the cosmos. So it's crazy. Today is 8/8. So in numerology, that is a very powerful number. So I just jotted down something that really resonated with me, and it basically describes today. And it says, every year on the 8th day, the 8th month of the year, there is a cosmic alignment called the Lion's Gateway. The Lion's Gateway is a time of increased cosmic energy flowing between the physical and spiritual realms. The Lion's Gateway is activated when the Sun, Sirius, and Earth all move into specific points in the sky. And it's in this moment when we can realize the power of the energy right now. This is our opportunity to truly realize what we want to manifest, how we want the rest of our year to look. So just take a moment and just set that intention. It doesn't need to be anything big. Let go of some worry. Live your life to the fullest. Love fearlessly and authentically. So we'll bring our hands to our hearts, acknowledging each other, any viewers we had on Facebook Live. Thank you both for joining me today and sharing this very special practice, sharing your vulnerable stories, and just allowing this to be a safe place. The light within me bows to the light within you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it.
Good. Thank you.